Welcome to Blessed and Beautiful. My name is Renee. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. Look, it is, what is this, Tuesday? 4th of July day. Happy 4th of July, everyone. If you all celebrated, put down in the comments what you did to celebrate 4th of July. Did you slay it on the grill, or did you slay it waiting for someone else to cook on the grill? I didn't either. I'm home. My kids decided they didn't want to see the fireworks, and, well, that was it. They were already together at my daughter's house having brother-sister time, and it's me and a dog, so he don't like fireworks, so yeah. We're just sitting here and I said, you know what, let me do my Shop My Stash, all right? So Shop My Stash is a segment on this channel where I pull things from my massive collection that I have here. And it's kind of like going shopping because I'm going in and pulling out different palettes that I like, and it keeps me in my collection and rotating things, able to decide if I need something to add to my collection or are there some things that have to go. And the way that I'm able to do that is to have, for however long of a time that I decide, there's no rule, but I use products and I try to see, do I like them? Do I want to keep them in the collection and continue to use them, or is it time for them to go? So let's get started with the part where I show you what I've used for the past amount of time, and then on part 2 I will show you what I'm going to use for the next Shop My Stash. Now what I intend to do is, as I'm doing videos and doing my makeup, use the stuff that's in the Shop My Stash, not exclusively but mostly. Okay, so this here has made, I can't move it, I don't want to move the camera again. I just got it in this position where I need it and I'm like, I'm not moving it. Okay, it's kind of heavy, but this item right here has been a godsend for my Shop My Stash. It has all these different compartments and I'm able to store everything in here, and it just keeps me focused on using what's in here instead of trying to go back there and be like, I should have already made my decision on what it is that I want to use. And so there's no like long amount of time that I'm sitting there going through my palettes going, I don't know if I want to wear this or if I want to wear that. Now my lip products ended up getting all mixed up in with the March Madness. That was now in July. I'm just kidding, March Madness is over. But so the lip products are out, so let's move on to whatever else is in here. Okay, hey everyone. I was editing and I saw that I sped through the part that talked about the skincare, and so I wanted to go back and do that part over again, so hence why I look different. No makeup, hair just kind of like ooh, and pajamas, getting ready to go to bed. But let me give you a more thorough look at the skincare that I used during my last Shop My Stash before we go into any new products. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is the Milani Make It Last SPF 30 sunscreen setting spray, and I got this because I have another product that states that I should use sunscreen and I didn't have any, so I picked this up when I saw this on Milani's website, and I just did not like this because it made my face feel oily. It just felt like stuff was on my face, if you understand that, you know what I'm saying about just how that feels. It felt like it was just sliding all over the place. I hated it, so I stopped using it. I have some other products that are more matte that this may work with, so I'm not going to throw it out completely, but I'm not going to put this back into my Shop My Stash until I find enough products that may combat that oily feeling that this one left. But that's the Milani Make It Last sunscreen, and this was just how it felt for me. Other people may find that it works well for them. I just didn't like it for myself. Okay, the next thing that I had was the eye products to help with just wrinkles. Now, one of the things that I noticed is I don't have huge bags under my eyes, but I do see wrinkles starting to form, and also, you know, when I smile, see how that is. So I am using, I used 3 different ones. I don't know why, but okay, so I used Mud Masky is how you say it. It's a vitamin infused eye serum. It says it reduces dark circles, moisture boost, vitamin boost, feeding, nourishing, firming. Okay, so I can't say which of the products work the best because I used a combination of the 3 of them. So I took this one out because it was the one that I received more recent than the other 2, and let me show you those. This one is the Dr. Brandt Triple Antioxidant Eye Cream, and this is pretty expensive. If I could find the amount, I'll put it on the screen for you, but this brand right here, that's a luxury brand. Got this from BoxyCharm, of course, and it was right at the last of my BoxyCharm. So I've had this for about a year and a half, but I know that there's about half in here, and because this is expensive, I'm going to use it. So this is what I'm going to keep in my Shop My Stash for the upcoming month. And I also, just because it's starting to, I don't know, it feels like it's starting to separate a little bit, but I just want to use them both so I can kind of, I don't know, this is like really weird. It looks like you can see through it. I can see the liquid. Oh, I see. Oh, Oh, okay. So as I squeeze, the pump pulls the liquid up. So that's why it's only right here. Okay. Okay. So it says directions: apply a pea-sized amount under eyes, on eyelids, and around orbital bones. So that will be up here, all the way around here. And it says every morning and evening to look and feel refreshed. Illuminating eye serum. I think for the most part, it's illuminating, and the two of these together should work out perfectly. So I'm gonna add that in. I like it, and I just like I said, I've seen people with like bags, and I don't have that. I just have these wrinkles, so I'm gonna use those too to get rid of these. Okay, next, the product that I was saying I needed the Milani sunscreen for. This is the Kate Somerville Exfolikate Glow Moisturizer. I don't use it as much because it needs a sunscreen when using this, and I don't have one yet, but I like it. It has a good smell to it. It's this weird light green shade, but it smells. It reminds me of my grandmother's bathroom because she always used, I don't know if it's like Dove soap. There's some type of soap that this reminds me of. And every time I would go into her bathroom, that's what I smell. But yeah, I like this. Sometimes I use it at night because I know I'm not going outside. Yeah, but this has alpha hydroxy acid, and that's really good for exfoliating. It's a good moisturizer, but it also will cause the increase of your skin to be to get tanned, sunburn, or damage from the sun. So that's why they're saying to use a sunscreen. So I'm going to put this aside until I can find a sunscreen that I really like, or something that can combat the oiliness of this product so that I can put these back and use them. So, all right, so we're putting those over there. What else? Okay, y'all, I'm out. There's nothing in here. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Matte Finish 16-hour makeup setting spray. Okay, so that's that. And this is very affordable, so I'm going to go out and get another one of these very soon. But I do have another setting spray that I'm going to use for the next Shop My Stash, but it's all gone, y'all. I love this. It's amazing. Never have any problems with how my makeup looks when I use this setting spray. I think this is probably like my second or third one of these too. All right. Okay, that's it for skincare, right? And I just have my my face products. Okay, so the Shop Miss A, I had the AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream from Shop Miss A. I've talked about this for a while on my channel. $1. $1. Amazing. I love these. This is tan, which I usually use, but I'm starting to tan. And so I might have to go over into the rich. There's also a deep, but that's just way too dark for me. Here's that one. Yeah, this is deep. Let me show you the differences on my skin. So these are BB creams, and yeah, I like them. I use them the same way I use just a regular foundation, but I know that in the summer, oh no, that's too dark. I do tend to just use like a tint, something light, because it just is so hot, and I'm on the East Coast and it's just muggy. So this is tan, rich, and deep. So this is the one that I usually wear, and I'm starting to tan a little bit. So you can see this is almost, but not quite, like getting to be a little too light. So that would probably be what I would use this summer. This I probably will not use. It's a little too dark and too red. But these are amazing. I love using these. You can see the consistency of it. They have some okay coverage. It's actually not that bad, actually. Look at that. So $1, y'all. I'm just like, what? Anybody who hasn't used Shop Miss A yet, you're missing out. You really need to go on. And I mean, they trip me out because they have a sale, 11% off. I'm like, but it's $1. So I take it. That's what's that. It comes down to 90 cents. I'll take that. So yeah. Said it come back. I went, yo, this is good. I like these. I think they come 3 in a pack. I think you get all three of them together. You know, I could mix these. To get like a slightly deeper shade. That might be something that I have to try. And then that way I won't have to use that rich, because that rich is just, it's too dark. Just too, okay, let me move on. Okay. Moving on. Okay, I also played with the Shop Miss A Buildable Satin Foundation. It's in a dropper. It reminds me of the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And I really like this. I want to keep this in my Shop My Stash to see more of how I feel about this satin foundation. To see if I remember correctly, I liked it. It didn't bother me, but I want to try it again. I'm trying to journal after I use products so I can remember, you know, how I felt about them. The Stay Matte Rimmel London Full Coverage Mattifying Foundation. I didn't really use this. I don't know what it is. It has a different texture, almost like a thick mousse instead of a liquid. And I know it's matte, but it just, the formula, I wasn't wowed by it, if I should say that. But this is how it looks, and it has a good variety of colors. So this is 501 Noisette, which is pretty much a good match for my skin tone. I don't remember how many uh, shades they have in this collection. If I find that information, I will put it around floating in the air. Okay. All right. For primer, I use the Shop Miss A Clean Slate Primer, and I love this primer. It feels amazing on my skin. It's almost like a moisturizer and a lotion, but just like so moisturizing. It doesn't leave you oily, but it just has the right creaminess that feels so good on my skin. I love this, so I'm just going to keep using it. I know it was only $1, and I might come across something that works a little better than this one, but for right now, this has been one of the best primers that I've used, and that's saying something. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I also used the Juvia's I Am Magic Velvety Magic Foundation, and I haven't decided what I'm going to use for my next Shop My Stash yet, but this is the shade Punta Cana number 435, and this you can still find on the website, and there's always a sale, always. So don't buy it full price. If you know someone who's affiliated, then you can get a discount that way, but there's always a sale, like almost, I can't even begin to count how many times they have a sale. But this is that shade 435, and this is full coverage. This is just, I love this formula, the shade, everything. And I know it looks kind of light, but it does oxidize, and it just matches perfectly, and so I really like it. It is a thicker consistency, of course, because it is full coverage, and you can sheer it out more if need be, but it dries down. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin at all, and it's one of my favorite foundations. So that is the 435 Punta Cana in the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. Okay, those are all the foundations that I used, and I'm going to tell you about my concealer and my contour. So this was the concealer I used the most. I got this from Amazon Vine in return for reviews from me, and this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I really like this concealer. It's amazing. It is the Fit Glow Beauty Concealer, and I have the shade C5.7, and this is a fairly a higher end concealer, so once this is gone, that's going to be it for me. It's a little out of my budget, but this is, as soon as I took this out of the box, I was like, this is it. This is the concealer I've been looking for. It's the exact right shade that I need, especially for under my eyes and, doing all the touching up the areas around my face. This is amazing. I really like this. I like the consistency. It's a little thick, but not much. It's full coverage. It's just the right shade. I don't know how I did that, because I kind of went by what I saw online and used the pictures there to find a good shade, and I just thank God that this one worked out, and I'm going to be one sad sister when this is gone. But this is the Fit Glow Beauty Concealer, and my shade is C5.7. Okay, the complexion, y'all already know. I don't even have to show it to you. You know which one I like, right? This is the Hydrating Complexion Trio from Alamar Cosmetics. Y'all, I've already hit pan again. Look at that. This is, I think, my third one. Y'all, I love it. I love the formula. I like the way that it applies on my skin. It's so pretty when I put it on and I use it to set this foundation. Do you see that? Look. Like, you can't make that up. That is like the perfect match. I love this, and as long as they make it, I'm gonna keep purchasing it. If you are with BoxyCharm, they have it in their Boxy Drop Shop, if that's still what it's called, whatever they have, because I know they're changing and they're merging with Ipsy. There's a whole bunch of stuff going over there, but if they still have some type of drop shop or whatever, this is how I got this, and I love this. I've also started using this bronzer right here. This one is way too red, but this one is pretty good. It's not my fave, but it's a pretty good one, and I have been using it more. I have not hit pan, but I'm going to try to use these two together, so when I get another one of these, I'm not throwing out a bronzer, because yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to use this as much as I can, but that there is what I use to set. And the last thing I wanted to show you was this highlighting contour palette. I got this from Temu. This is a Temu buy. Like, you need to stop what you're doing and go on Temu and purchase this. This is from Beauty Glazed. It is the pressed highlighter and contour. Do y'all see this? What does it remind you of? Let me open it up and show you. Doesn't this look like a higher end brand? Yes, it does. This is so cute. I just love the background, whatever those dips and stuff that's there. I believe it's the Charlotte Tilbury that has this, and I think it is a highlighter and a blush, but this is all highlighter. I've used all four of them. I love them, and they actually are so pretty going on your skin. It's very subtle, but just beautiful. Just the highlight, look at that. That is so pretty. Let me do another one. That was the lightest shade. That's Flash Art. And the next one is Party Light. This is the one that I gravitate towards the most. It's so pretty. You can never add too much. It always just looks beautiful when I put it on, and you can build it up if you would like to. You can mix them, but this is my favorite highlighter that I've been using right now. I did also use the Juvia's, the Royalty 2 by Juvia's highlighter, but the reason why I went back to the compact is because I was tired of getting this powder everywhere. It's just such a messy product, and I love the way that the shade looks and everything, but I just hate all that powder all over the place, and so I've been gravitating towards this. All right, so those are all of the skincare and face products that I've used for this past Shop My Stash that was supposed to end in May, but it went all the way through June. And so now I'm going to start pulling my products for my next Shop My Stash. Oh, one other thing I want to show you, because I skipped it in the video. I was editing and I was like, okay. I had 4 mega palettes, and I showed you 1 or 2 of them, but I left out some, so I'm going to show you all 4, just, you know, and I'll edit it properly. If you see it twice, just go with it. All right, so the first is the Spice palette with the name Exfolikate, and this is going to be in my next Shop My Stash because I only got to use it once. Y'all, look at this. This is so pretty. It reminds me of Beauty, what is that? Blend Bunny. Having the colors go from light to dark as you go down a row, but you can take these out and move these around. Look at these beautiful shades. Goes from green to yellows to pinks to purples and blues. There's some orange in there, and there's also a primer. You put this on your eyelid as the primer before you do your colors. I thought that was nice for them to include that in the palette. And there is 1 loose glitter. I haven't used it yet. I think I've only used this once or twice, but I just like the way it's set up. I just looked to see that you can go like this if you would like, if you want to just do colors and just see what colors go well together. The way they set this palette up is amazing. You can also take them out and move them around if you want and go, you know, use your colors across, back and forth across the palette, but this is amazing palette. The quality is just on point. This is the Glamlite Cake Palette, and I did do a video using this palette, and so this was one of the other mega palettes that I used, and I believe that this is staying in my Shop My Stash for my next month because I didn't get as much time as I wanted to work with this, so I think this is in there again. This palette is the Ultramo palette of SpongeBob's cousin Andrew. So here is the shades, and this palette is an intimidating one for me. I don't know why, but I always look at this and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what it is, but I just have trouble using this palette. I want to use it again because I love the formulas. There's a lot of glitters and these shiny shimmers. I don't know what they call them, but they're usually in like these pebbles, and then the pebbles kind of open to give you this shimmery. So there we go. It's pretty. I don't know. I like. Okay, so that's the orange. That's a matte. It's very creamy. I don't know. I have to play with this more. Sometimes the Ultramo palettes wow me, and then other times I'll get a palette and I'm like, I don't like this one. So I'm going to play with this some more, but not this month. I'm going to put this back. All right, and then the last mega palette that I worked with was the Jamrock palette with the Makeup by Playing in Makeup by Yolanda. Okay, and so here's, what is this, 36 shades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 7, 35 shades. Okay, so here's 35 shades, beautiful colors. I do like this palette. I've played with it a little bit more. I'm not going to leave it in for this Shop My Stash. I have some other ones that I pulled out, but I do definitely want to get back to this before the summer's over to try some more of the shades. I think I used these right here and did one eye look. So I definitely have to go back and work with this some more. And these dark shades. I'm always over here. I need to gravitate over here and see, you know, what's going on over here in this dark grungy looking area. So yeah, so that's that palette. All right, that is all caught up. So I will show you everything else back to the original video.